welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Still going to be doing a bit of Slayer here before we get into Scotizo, the Brimstone keys, and related activities. But I want to use some of my Slayer points here to better tailor my Slayer experience towards getting more hard clue scrolls. And we're going to do that with a few task extensions. There are some good options here for decent level things that can give me more hard clues. Going to increase greater demons, Emerald Specters, and can we even get cave horrors? Good question. Should answer that first. Looks like a no. So, not gonna get that one right now. In general, these will make these tasks a little bit longer, and then more chance at clue scrolls and all that. Plus, they're both decent tasks. Either way. So that'll be good. We also have options in the unlocks category. Stuff like Aviancies or red dragons. One cool thing we could do with red dragons tasks is if we got them in the Forthos dungeon, there's a whole prayer and crafting training method there. But since we're using Konar mostly, because I like getting the keys, there's just a lot of much worse locations for red dragons, including the catacombs, which would be brutal red dragons, which is awful. So we would end up having to cancel those tasks, most likely. We're nearly to the point where we could boost and make anti-fires, but probably not. Although it would be fun with the times when we do get Forthos. And if we ever decide to switch over to Duradel, that'd be fine too. So, let's get Aviancies. Why not? And red dragons. Let's go for it. More options here. 2 more tasks that can give hard clues, depending on which ones we kill. So, that's good. Also, we still have a few points left, because I've got another task that I would like to put on block. We have the space for it, and I would never want to do that task. And so, this continues. Starting off strong with an Anku task. Such a small number. Such a small amount of XP. But hey, it is faster points, so that's okay. All signs were pointing towards Scotizo being the next boss that we face. But I got a cow fight task here in the regular cow fight lair. So I figure, why not give Cowfight Queen a shot? Only 1 kill. Not going too crazy here. And our setup is not exactly great for Cowfight Queen. I'm gonna go with some Protect from Magic and just get right to it. Protect from melee against these guys though. Also, we're gonna want Auto Retaliate off. Protect from Magic. And of course we get hit by him. This is an awkward situation, because we want to get the Cowfight Queen stuck somehow. Eventually. Ideally. We need to get the little spawn guys out, or something. This isn't exactly rocket science. Catholic Queen, you just hang out. Eh. This is probably gonna go poorly. Let's be honest. Eh. Just a bit of walking underneath. We've changed the click to have to click, so we just walk through easily. Ow. Yeah, this is probably not gonna happen. Yeah, whatever. I'll keep trying. With the power of the bugs that live in the walls and the Slayer helmet, we've managed to get the Calphite Queen to the second phase here. I guess we do have the Dragon Battle Axe. That's probably better. Set it up for a crush attack. Yeah. But now the hard part begins. This phase is much more resistant to melee attacks. Monk. But we'll give it a shot. We can also try firing the crossbow. Well, you can't do the whole don't get hit, run back underneath strategy with ranger magic. So that's slightly more damage taken kind of situation. We're getting plenty more bugs, so that's nice. Well, that'll help. It continues. And there's the kill. Everything was going fine until the workers despawned. But the Dragon Battle Axe saved it in the end. And that is a hard desert task. Reward was not great. Rune knives and super anti-poison. That's okay. I got a thing done. And that's something. And there is the Calphite task completed. The Calphite Queen bumped that total XP up by a little bit. But overall, it was slower doing that, so it's fine. Now it is time to take on Scotizo, I have decided. And we're going to be doing that with Arclight. Need to get it back from Sir Price in here for 1,000 coins. 1 Darklight. And then we just bring that straight on over to the catacombs, which is very easy, right in my house, where we use the Darklight on the altar here to make Arclight. And it starts with 1,000 charges. Pretty fancy. Now I just need to get the inventory together to take on Scotizo. Okay, here we go. We got some magic defense, Arclight. I was basically out of bolts, so I just dropped them and got Holy Blessing out for 1 prayer bonus. It's something. It's something. So we're going to pot up both the pots here. Full. And head in. And we spawn right next to him. That's something. We can take damage here from the magic attack, but we should be okay. Probably going to do more of a flicking of the boost prayers, since our prayer is definitely not the greatest. Ow. And there's an altar coming up. Generally don't want that. We're going to try to get all of the first levels of the Scotizo achievement, or combat achievements done here. Ow. And that means we want to kill Scotizo. That's just for starters. We want to have all of the eyes of the altars down for the killing blow. And we also want to kill with the arc light, which is what we were going to do anyways, so here we are. We need to take down the altars here, because they make me do a whole bunch less damage. And that's no good. We also have minions that'll spawn eventually, so that's going to be something to be aware of. I put away and got rid of lots of things in the inventory in order to make space for as much food as possible. Because you only get one shot here. So I want to make it count. Take down some more altars, praying magic while we're away from Scotizo to take no damage whatsoever. Very good. What we need to be aware of is the altars coming back at the end of the kill, because we want to do the finishing blow when there's no altars up, or we fail the combat achievement. Not that we are likely to be finishing combat achievements of any level on this character, but it's the thought that counts. And now that we have these little guys following us, we can take some damage while running around because they have melee attacks. We generally will avoid that though. There's an Anku. He's running around, having a good time. Health is doing fine. Another eye just came back up again. We're doing very good damage, which is to be expected with the arc light. It has a massive boost to damage against demons. Here you. Back in melee distance. Another eye comes back. Just stop it. You're being very rude. We're getting close to where we would be possibly getting into killing Scotizo territory. So we definitely want to make sure the eyes stay down. If at all possible. Heal up here. You don't need to take any risks. That's basically the opposite of this account. Taking risks. We're here. Killing a boss. As easy as it may be. You eye. Stop it. We run back through the melee guys, which isn't great. We could run around a little bit. Be a good idea. So as to not incur their attacks. Ouch. It's also not helping that we don't have any defensive prayers on all the time. But again, it's magic attacks are the ones that are hitting us, so however much that would even help. Go, 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 go. Nope, stop. Oh, it counted. Not so great after all. A greater foe, Skotiza champion, Doombane weaponry. Easy, easy, medium, medium. I guess a greater foe. That's killing a greater demon. Skotizo counts as a greater demon, and that's the first greater demon we've killed. Fascinating. Alright. We got a hard clue scroll, 3 rune plate skirts, and 1 ancient shard. So ideally, we could go get another ancient shard and add that to Arclight. And we might end up doing that in a bit more Slayer. But for now, I've got a hard clue scroll, which maybe we could do. And the inventory is unfortunate, to say the least. So, let us see if we can get that done. And the Skotizo clue pays off. Finally got to finish a hard clue. My goodness. Now the real question is, what are we gonna get? Magic shortbow, rune plate body, some sharks, and some firelighters. Not really what I was looking for. Alchable. Sharks are okay. Wrong. Magic bow. But at least it's something. At least we managed to finish one. My goodness. It is that time again to get everything out of the looting bag. Although the situation has spiraled out of control and the looting bag is full. All these crystal keys are not helping right now. Not at all. But we need to get all that stuff out. And we've prepared by putting away a bunch of stuff so we can equip things to make space to pick up the rest of the things. It's a whole situation. It really is. In the wilderness, destroy the looting bag, and start spam clicking all the things back into me. Yes, I would like to have all of my items. That'd be cool. Okay, equip some stuff. Key, key, key. We got one more key. We can make a key, take a key, make a key, and we're okay. Fantastic. Ideal. We have a lot of things right now, and that's okay. I have a whole pile of things to make use of before we even get to the Brimstone keys. And first on that list, we have 2 crystal keys. These will get us dragon stones, and also a pile of runes. So that's fun. Well, I can take these Law and Nature runes at least. That's something. Store these in the looting bag. Drop the rest. So there is 2 dragon stones, which I can use in stash units. But first, they need to be, well, one is a dragonstone amulet, and the other is a glory. So, for starters, 2 dragonstone amulets. Which, of course, means we need to get a +5 crafting boost. But we've done that plenty of times before, so we'll just do it again. Got that boost on the first try. That's pretty nice. Dragonstone amulets. Don't need to worry about any more of this. Putting the strings on doesn't require a crafting level. Fun fact. So now we can make these into what we need them. And also go collect all the other items required to put in the other stashes. A Castle Wars bracelet, Dragonstone amulet, and Ring of Forging. Lots of jewelry here, since it's right next to the Arduin gemstone. And the Legends Cape, Amulet of Glory, and Dragon Battle Axe here at the Legends Guild. Interesting, it is outside, so you couldn't technically use this stash before basically finishing Legends, since you have to get inside the guild to get the cape. And that also means we have 2 Dragon Battle Axes stored. So that was a nice use of 200,000 coins. But it's okay. Next up, I've got this hammer and these mithril bars. So, smithing. There is 66 smithing. We can make mithril plate legs, or mithril plate skirts, with our mithril. And also the ancient wyvern shield. I'm gonna get right on that. But instead, I'm just making dart tips. The options here were basically alch money or fletching XP. And I decided fletching XP. Only got 4 more mithril bars here, so that's not going to be enough to get another level. But then we'll have all these dart tips. So that'll be good. Next, I want to use these snapdragons to make super restores, to make a pool in my house. But I'm also going to need bird's nests. Red spider's eggs. It's red spider's eggs, isn't it? Yes. Alright. I don't need to make these birdhouses, but I'm here right now, so I guess I will. I got all the supplies together. Make some birdhouses. Fill them up. Maybe we can get some good seeds or something. It's fine. But yeah, that means we can do this much more easily. We'll need to juggle a whole bunch of bird nests all over the place. Although we will need to juggle some red spider's eggs all over the place. So, still, that's okay. Only seeds that I got there was an orange and a willow. And that's not really high enough level at this point for me to really bother with any of that. So that can just go on the ground. That's fine. To actually make the super restores, we're just going to pick up red spider's eggs here in the Forthos dungeon. Using the mounted Xerix talisman we have in the house, we can very quickly get over here. And there's a lot of red spider's eggs conveniently located. And then it's over to the Grand Exchange, where we can unnote the things that need unnoted, make the potions, pick up the red spider's eggs that we stored on the floor temporarily, and make these super restores. Nice chunk of Herbal XP for each of these, which makes sense since they're by far the highest level potion we can make. And by that I mean, literally we have the Herblore level to make these potions. And then, we can go over to Bob here, where we can decant everything to 4 doses. Throw away the rest of the empty vials we don't need. And we need 10 in total. So we need to unnote 4 more. So we need 2 less inventory spaces. Well, there we go. So ultimately we ended up with 2 additional super restores, which are not going to be needed for the pool. So we're just going to use those for their being a super restore functionality. But unfortunately, that is not the only item required to make the pools. We also need 2 marble blocks, which is going to set us back 650,000 coins, which is a lot, but we can afford it. And the functionality of the improved pool is worth it, I'd say. We get these bots. 1 per world, of course, because we don't need to spend more than absolutely necessary here. And now we need to juggle getting the butler to make us a tea for a construction boost. And we also need to get... I mean, I don't know. Do we need a hammer to make this? That's a good question. We're not in building mode, so we can't test it. And we're 1 construction level short, because there's no reason to get higher level construction when you can just boost for everything. So I'm going to get that all together and make this pool. Just had to drop a few things outside. But the pool can only be upgraded in building mode, obviously. Build mode on. Yeah, everything is outside, actually, that's fine. We need the bank bin. Not that we actually have a bank or anything, but still. Fancy rejuvenation pool. Yay. Pick up my stuff outside. And we can head in. Look at our new pool. Very cool. This will allow us to restore any reduced stats. Right here, in our house. That's going to be very nice for when we're using the Dragon Battle Axe special attack for Slayer a bunch. It'll repair our drained magic and range levels without having to go to Ferox Enclave or anything. So that's nice. There is 1 more level of pool here. That's going to be very difficult because it requires anti-venoms. And anti-venoms are hard to get on an Iron Man. We need antidotes and Zulrah scales. And the antidotes can be dropped by a few things, technically. But even if we did get the antidotes, we'd still need to actually turn them into anti-venoms. And that is 87 herb lore. So even with a +5 boost, that is 82. So 19 herb lore levels. It would be really nice though, because that restores hit points and cures disease, poison, and venom. So that's not a thing that's going to be happening anytime soon. But still, an upgrade is an upgrade. And now all the mithril darts and spare super restores are gone. That saves some inventory spaces. And got some range XP. Also large fossils. We might have enough to make another set of large fossils. Except we only need the plant fossils. So would maybe be able to get a plant fossil here. That could be a lamp or something. Let's go do that. Why not? Plant display completed. And that's a lamp. That's a herb lore lamp. 5,000 XP. From the looks of it, we just have 2 more plant displays that we could fill. But that is 10 plant fossils, which seems to be mostly a 50-50 between the plants and larges. We have 3. So, in theory, we could get as few as 14 more large fossils. I mean, in theory, we could get as low as 7 more. But large fossils are not common. But yeah, this is getting pretty full, which is cool. There's the hit points level. 88. I'm at Hill Giants because of reasons. And that reason was a single ancient shard, which I can pop into Arclight for 1,000 more charges and an inventory space. Also got a lot of other things. 3 giant keys, 2/3 of a dark totem, 2/3 of I could plant a snape grass allotment, and a curved bone. So, can't really make use of this right now, since I need inventory space, and 2 inventory spaces spent on this is not ideal. So, unfortunately, 2/3 of Scotizo right on the floor. Got really lucky on those dark totems, and about average luck on the keys and shard. The curved bone itself is absurd, and literally the first ever curved bone. That's 1 in 5,000. So we can go and trade that in for a little bit of construction experience. And the exact amount of construction experience is 6,750. And we also get 2,000 coins. So that's pretty cool. So now, 3 Obor kills. All sorts of random bossing happening. So that's pretty neat. Pretty much gonna go just with face tank in here. Ow. Range attack. How'd you get over here? We should be able to manage. Hopefully. We might end up needing to go get more food. Well, maybe not. Things have improved quickly here. Law runes. Big bones. A head and a clue scroll, not going to take. Just not really in the mood for a beginner clue right now. But we did complete 2 tasks there. Obor Novice and back to the wall. We just use another key. Exit, come back in. Yep. Looks good to me. There are some interesting combat achievements at Obor. Like, doing it on a free world. Using stuns. Not taking any incorrect damage on the wrong prayers. But overall, it was just very easy. Got some nature runes. I'll take 63 nature runes. That's not bad at all. And then every time we leave, it deletes the rest of the things that are on the ground, so that's okay. And once more, for good measure. Obor is level 106, and we are level 104. So it's a pretty fair fight. He can still hit a decent amount with his slam and melee attacks and all that. So it's not exactly completely free. We need to be at least slightly paying attention here. But yeah, just a few random little bits. And I guess it's working towards one of the kill count combat achievements. And there's a rune med and a giant key. Okay, sure. I'll take that. We get to do another one. Surprise. Technically, it's possible to just keep getting giant keys every time. Although, not really. And let's finish this. One more kill. Unless we get another giant key, of course. I don't know if I would even really want the Hill Giant Club. It'd be neat. It'd be a collection log slot, I guess. We completed Squashing the Giant. What's that? He only used range attacks, or all the melee attacks missed, I guess. Sure. We got 50 big bones. Okay, cool. We can put those onto our altar. So that's nice. Well, let's go do that. Get a bit of prayer XP. That was worth it. That was worth it. Big bones are not the best, but I'm not going to say no to 1800 free prayer XP here. Better than nothing. But now, the Brimstone keys. We have 20. Let's see what we can get. All sorts of stuff we could get here. Some of it, not too useful with our levels. But a lot of it could be very nice. 400 steel bars. Magic logs. Coins. Rune. Iron. More steel bars. More coal. Got some rubies. And rubies. And rubies. Snapdragon seeds. More coal. More steel bars. Rune. We got some dragon dart tips. Diamonds. Cash. A redwood tree seed. Gold ore. And rune. Okay. We had a little bit of coal from drops and stuff. Now we can add that to the pile here. Don't need this rune, so that is just free alch money, which is very much appreciated right now. I have some more things I would like to spend a sizable amount of cash on, and this definitely will help fund that. Alright, so of these things, the magic logs, redwood seed, and dragon darts really aren't that usable right now. And the snapdragon seeds are just kind of eh. They're okay herb lore XP is mainly what I'm looking at here. So I'll keep them. The super restores would still not be really enough to warrant being a stack. And I don't really have the brews that would go along with it. These aren't our only prayer potions. We also have 49 more Raynars in here, so that's pretty good. We could keep them as snapdragons for use in the future, maybe. But realistically, prayer potions are going to be fine for most things. The ores is going to be very cool. I'm going to make myself some steel bars. And more steel bars. And the gold ore, that's just straight smith XP. The redwood tree seed, dragon dart tips, and magic logs, though. That's just not really that useful. The alch prices aren't even super good on these, so that's not even worth it. And we could alch the redwood tree seed, I guess, but no, probably not going to do that. So then we'll just drop these three off to another account and start processing the rest of this stuff. Snapdragon seeds planted. One of them not in a protected herb patch, but that's okay. smelted the gold ore just out of regular furnace, but with the goldsmithing gauntlets, of course. Turned all the diamonds into diamond bracelets and alched them. Turned most of the rubies into ruby bracelets and alched them. But then I ran out of gold ore, so I just cut some rubies and alched them. But that takes care of those slots. So all that's left is 1,000 steel bars, 1,000 coal, and 400 iron. And that is still a lot. So I'm going to get to smithing. Much like with the mithril bars, all the steel bars are now dart tips. But that is by no means the last of the steel dart tips. Coal and iron. We're heading to the blast furnace. Things are going to be slightly different here at the blast furnace, since we have the noted ore. Unnote it with the bank chest here, and put in 1 trip of iron and 1 trip of coal. Try to make sure we do 1 of each here and not mess everything up. And then we hop to a blast furnace world. And the bars are made. And then we can just smith them into more dart tips. And then hop back to a non-blast furnace world, because I can't put ores on the conveyor belt without paying them on the blast furnace worlds. And I'm not going to do that. I'm very cheap here. So yeah. Blast furnace. Getting awfully close to that smithing level. So, that's good. 67 smithing. Jasian boots 3. Yep. There's a new thing for smithing, like every level. A lot of them are useless. But we still do need more smithing levels. So it's all still good. And here is the end of the noted iron ore. So now, we're going to be using the noted coal, along with purchasing iron ore here from the ore seller. Nice and cheap, since we're not buying the coal. So this is all going to still work out to make even more steel dart tips. Someday I'm just going to make plate bodies out of all these. There is 21,000 steel dart tips. And so, we can now take these and turn them into the actual darts by buying 21,000 feathers. Yeah. Fletching XP though, so that's nice. Spam clicked straight past the level there. That is 70 fletching. U longbows. And the U longbows unstrung. But that's the same thing. Convenient for a hard achievement diary. But it could have boosted for that at any rate. So, not a big deal. Also, here's a genie lamp. Ain't that something? And there is 71 fletching. That is Dragonstone bolt tips and Dragonstone bolts. But doing any of that would require having Dragonstones and Runite bolts. So, probably not going to be making too many of those. And we will wrap things up here with some Tears of Gothics. 179 tears.
going into rune crafting. 10,700 XP. Not bad. Rune crafting is definitely our lowest skill now, since we got a decent amount of prayer experience for doing Slayer stuff. And then besides that, fire making is actually pretty low. But we will be dealing with that to deal with Arclight next time. Goodbye.